So, why don't we start with you, Sam?
All right. Well,
I've been told that you need a lot of money. You want to
I
tell me
need.
a little bit about that?
I could use a little money. You see, my name's Samantha Jezebel Lancaster, and I'm a marshal of the law, veteran of the war, and that's how I ended up in Dodge. I turned marshal because I need a little scratch. Well, marshaling don't pay that much, unfortunately. See, back in '62, Battle of Antietam, the blood was so thick on the ground you couldn't hardly take a move without stepping in somebody. Well, see, I lost my brother that day, my twin brother Jet. Turned around once and he was gone. I saw him once, or saw his name once on a list of the captured. At least it wasn't a list of the dead. And well, I've made it my one mission in life to find him. So you see, I could use a little ballast if I'm going to break him out.
Need a little coin to fund that
A little
search party, then, eh?
a little bit. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, we know why the hell you want all this money. What about you, Finn? Tell me a little bit about your story.
My name is Gaius Finley. Friends call me Finn. Well, not so long ago, I got myself in a little bit of gambling debt with a man named Antonio Andolini.
Antonio Andolini.
And scary thing is, I've never seen this man before. Ever. And to escape this debt, I turned to the Pony Express and rode west from Baltimore. And then, as I got close to Dodge City, I got jumped, knocked out, and my mail was gone. I want that mail back. And, if possible, enough coin to pay off Andolini.
How big of a gambling debt we talking, son? Like, are we talking, oops, I flubbed up a hand and I owe somebody maybe 10, 20 bucks? Are we talking like I'm awesome at gambling, I don't know what's wrong with me kind of debt?
Let's go with the latter.
The latter it is. All right, so, Matthias.
All right.
You'd be so kind as to tell us why the hell you need so much damn money. That'd be nice.
Well, it goes without saying that I've got a bit of history with the church. Used to be a priest myself. Haven't quite let it go, God bless. But had a bit of a falling out. And, well, was running from church for a while. And set my little sister up with a good friend of ours. He's looking after her. I didn't tell her, though. Probably a mistake in retrospect. I really should have. But I'm going to make it up to her. Because I'm going to buy her a nice house. We're going to get a nice little ranch. And then she'll be happy again. Then she'll forgive me and we'll be best siblings again. And I just need that money to get that ranch. I should have just told her.
You probably hell hath no fury, Padre.
Yeah.
All right. So
Also, there's the church. That's
what we're gonna. Somebody's mic. All right. So. All right, what it is, Sarah? Your clicker isn't getting the job done. You're gonna want to use Zoom for that. All right, so let's get this show on the road. All right, me drag you guys off of the long, empty, vast deserts and get you where every good yarn starts, at the saloon. All right, now. Y'all don't know each other just yet. You're sitting back, having a drink, bending an elbow, giving your quandaries some pondering. And eventually, a good-looking chap tough, grizzly hombre with a good charismatic smile. And a bit, just the right amount of swagger to his step. Steps up to you at the saloon, and one by one he introduces himself to each of you in turn, and he says that he knows that look. That is the look of an hombre who needs, with a capital N, to get their hands on some resources. And he says he knows that look because he's one of y'all. He introduces his name is Jack. They call him Jack of Hearts, or just Hearts. And he happens to know, and he talks in hushed tones, the location of some ancient buried Injun treasure. And you look at him skeptically for a minute, because tall tales are a dime a dozen out this far west. But he does hold up a little coin. He says, no, I've been there. And he'll show you this coin. And he'll hand it to you. He'll hand it to you with his other hand on his peacemaker, mind you. But he'll hand it to you to inspect. And sure enough, right as rain, it's a real, authentic, ancient Indian gold coin. This is a lot more where that came from. And you know what? Maybe he's full of shit. But you really, really could do with a big old pile of dinero right around now, son. So you tell him you're in. He says he's building a team. I'm gonna meet here tomorrow. Be here at noon. And he'll go around and give that to each of y'all. And then noon the next day, there you are. Introductions are offered back and forth. And he says that he's assembled you guys because he learned about this treasure from someone else who is dead set on getting their hands on it. But that person who's dead set on getting their hands on it is a bit of a sumbitch who's already got too much damn money. Says he owns a small force of mercenaries out in the maze. And he's already rolling in it. So we're gonna take it from him. We just gotta beat him to it. Jack happens to know where it is. He's just gotta get in. And he lays out the plans. He lets you know who your competition's gonna be and exactly how we plan on dealing with him. Sam, your skills on the battlefield become essential to the victory in this plan. Finn, ain't nobody run a horse quite like you run a horse. Beasts just love you. And that's important because he needs somebody with a good eye and a good hand who can peck out the finest damn steeds this side of the Mississippi. Matthias, he can tell just by looking at you, you seen some shit. You seen the kind of shit an hombre don't want to talk about. And if there is one thing he knows, it's that when you go digging after ancient buried Injun treasure, there's gonna be some shit. And thus he's got his team. With all four of you, he says we just need an ace in the hole, and we're in. And he says that, dropping an ace of hearts on the table. And then he flips it over, and there's a scribbled map on the back. He says, I may or may not have stolen this from our good friend Mercenary Lord's right-hand man. Rest in peace. And with that, y'all set out. The journey out, not too far, maybe a couple days by horse ride. Ample supplies are bought in Dodge City before you leave. And the sun beats down on you with the vicious wrath of an angry god the entire way there. It's relentless. It is horrific. It is uncomfortable to the nth degree. But eventually, you will get there. On your way there, you are beset by opponents of all kinds. Wildlife just does not take kindly to Jack for some reason. And in turn, doesn't take very kindly to you. All kinds of varmints and rascals trying to get into your supplies while you're sleeping. You wind up setting watch. Jack seems to be following a path of abandoned campsites that have been used by other poor mudsills before you. With the stone rings around the fire and the stool already set up. Some of them even got their mess kits just left there. Makes you wonder what happened to a man that he'd abandoned his mess kit in the middle of the damn desert. Okay, so maybe that night you didn't rest so easy. Eventually, though, you will make it. You will make it all the way just on the border of the Coyote Confederacy. Which is a dangerous place to be, I might add. The natives don't take so kindly to the white man. What with the white man having, you know, moved in and basically murdered everybody to take over the continent. So you're having to do a little sneaking, a little lying. Maybe once or twice you had to knock a poor sap out. Because he can't see you getting through. But you get in. Alright. You get in. And it is a gorgeous cave. And it is filled with gold coins, with jewel-crusted cups. You don't even know what that thing at the back is, but damn is it pretty. You could dive and go swimming in all these coins if it wasn't gonna break your damn neck. Maybe you're a little tempted. That ranch? Oh, you could buy 5, 10, 15, 20 ranches just with your share. You ain't gonna have to pay a party, a posse. You ain't gonna have to put up a search party for your missing brother, Sam. You're pretty certain you could just buy the damn government off. No matter which side of the line you're on, or if you're in no man's land. You won't have to work as a U.S. Marshal no more. Not with this. Finn. This is at least 3 times what you owe, Andolini. You're sitting there, your dreams come true. Everything just, it was worth it. The blood, the sweat, the tears, the fighting, the killing, the sneaking, the lying, the deceiving. You made it. It's here. And then, I want everybody to make me a vigor check, please.
Whoop.
That ain't vigor, son. Oh, damn.
Well, that was unfortunate.
That was a most unfortunate roll, Matthias. Matthias, you done rolled a 2. That
well,
is,
it's better than a 1.
now is the perfect opportunity to explain to the audience a couple of things we got going now. Oh, all right, and Sam, you done got a 10. So, perfect time to explain to the audience. Y'all can persuade the dice to go the way you want if you like. I'm gonna drop the command in chat here. There is now a menu. That marks support. There is now a menu where you can help or kill the posse or the baddies by buying dice rolls. If you are curious as to what those things do, I tried to explain them to the best of my ability. All you gotta do is go down underneath the stream, click the donate button, specify what it is you are buying off the menu, and we will get that message, and we will give you exactly what you asked for. Alright? In addition, if the posse here do something you think is incredibly clever, smart, funny, or entertaining, or damn well role-played, I want y'all to shout beat in all caps. Can I get a round of beats just to make certain everybody understands how this works? A round of beat in all caps in the chat right now. Alright? That is how you, the audience, applaud our fine cast of dead men walking, so that they can at least feel validated before they go down kicking and screaming and probably vanish into some varmint's gullet. Alright? So with that said, we're going to move forward. Who got the highest roll on that vigor check?
That would be me.
Alright, Finn. Your days as a member of the Pony Express have served you well. Of the lot, despite the fact that Matthias has seen some shit. And despite the fact that Sam is a grizzled vet of the war, your body is in tip-top shape today. And as Matthias feels a little woozy, and stumbles back, touching his head, and just passes out. And then Sam, your prosthetic, your steampunk metal arm, your robot arm, malfunctions a second, it just clenches and twists the wrong way, and then you fall over unconscious. Finn, you're left sitting there looking at Jack, who's wearing some kind of weird contraption over his mouth and nose. Looks like some kind of fish mask. And you get the idea he ain't breathing the air in here. And he's holding in his hand a glass vial with this green liquid that's just smoking up into the air. And he looks at you, Finn, and he says, "Sorry, son. You did good. But a guy's gotta do what a guy's gotta do." And with that, the last thing you see is Jack before you hit the ground unconscious.
You bastard!
When y'all wake up, the damn cave is empty. You are starving. It has been a long time. You ain't got no idea how long you've been in this cave. But the treasure is gone. Every single last gold coin stripped clean. And Jack, nowhere to be found. Y'all done got double-crossed. What do you do?
I'm gonna kill him.
That'd be a mighty fancy feat to see you attempt, given he ain't here.
Well, I'll find him. I'll find him. God as my witness, I will find that man, and I will kill him.
Sarah?
That some bitch run off with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sam's gonna go around and try to inspect the cave a little bit, see if there's any clues.
All right. Roll me search.
Search.
If you ain't got it, search is based on cognition. You can roll cognition at -4 as an untrained check.
Cognition.
And Finn? The girl with the metal arm, who you happen to know is a mighty fine fighter, is taking a look around this cave, looking for something, anything.
I'm gonna help her.
All right. You can roll me search as well. Matthias?
Well, after I have offered the most colorful prayers I think I have offered since leaving the church, I might start taking a quick look, gander around the church, around the cave myself.
All right, roll me search.
I got a 4.
Oh, Ryan James, 3049. Kill him all. Good for nothing varmints. Ryan James, you are the proud owner of our first fate token. I will let you know when we are about to do something where a fate token can be spent. Most notably, I assure you, it's going to be fucking over Matthias, and it's going to be lots of fun. All right? I will alert the chat when a fate token can be spent, and if you want to spend it, I will let you know what your options are. Thank you very much for the donation. You are a beautiful motherfucker, hombre.
Well, it looks like my life could be brief. Well, I came into this world expecting that, and that's why my sister's nice and safe.
You done all a man could do. But the hand of fate about to bitch slap you something fierce. So, of the lot of you, it looks like Sam got the highest roll. So Sam, you will be the one who discovers that there is a prosthetic leg left in the cave. You recognize this prosthetic leg because Jack used to tell you about how he picked up that scar on his foot at camp when he was attacked by a pack of wild wolves. Whether or not he was attacked by a pack of wild wolves remains to be seen, but at least you know his leg was fake. Inside,
so this looks like a real damn leg.
It looks like a real damn leg, enough for him to pull up and show you what you mistook for a scar, but ultimately it's just a metal rod that's supporting a boot.
All right, that damn liar.
In that metal rod there is an open container, and in that open container are 2 empty vials. They got some kind of green residue.
Ooh.
And they are labeled Smith. I'm sorry, they are labeled Hellstrom Industries. Now, you recognize Hellstrom Industries. Hellstrom is one of the most famous proprietors of Utah. Actually, there is of Salt Lake City, Utah. Matter of fact, they call Salt Lake City the City of Steel because there is a whole section of Salt Lake that is just, there are pipes all over the city. It's an industrial hell, but He is absolutely the first and foremost authority on new science.
Mr. Hellstrom.
Mr. Hellstrom is. Now, it is unsurprising to see his name on these vials, because Mr. Hellstrom's name somehow manages to wind up onto almost all of the new science products that get popularized, especially for military purposes.
Sure.
So, you could probably guess that this was a hell of a lot more than premeditated. He sank some dinero to get his hands on these.
Right. All right, I pocket the vials, and we're gonna take the leg with us too.
I'm gonna beat a motherfucker with it.
And I say out loud to Finn, what I don't understand is why he needed us with him.
Did you miss the varmints on the way here? Because I sure didn't.
I wasn't asking you.
All right.
Finn, what you think, pony boy?
All I'm thinking right now is wringing this varmint's neck.
Fair enough. I suppose if we catch him, we can maybe bring him to some justice.
All right.
I take the leg and head back over to maybe the entrance of the cave closer over there.
Y'all head up to the entrance to the cave, and there is one slight problem. Your camp has done been discovered by a coyote Confederate scout. He's currently investigating all your food and supplies. He ain't touching it. But you're going to need to get back to Dodge, the closest city possible. And you're going to need to do it in one piece before you go hanging or worse, because you're trespassing. So, y'all been almost discovered by an engine scout. What do you do?
I hide behind the nearest rock and get out my rifle.
I too hide.
Well, I'm gonna sink back into the cave a little ways just so he's within eye shot, and I'm gonna do a couple things just out of the party's vision.
All right. You start fuddling with your deck of cards, do you?
Yeah.
All right. So, tell me, what do you do?
Well, is there any kind of cover around this scout?
Matter of fact, there is all kinds of bushes and trees.
Something like, say, right behind him, maybe?
Sure. He can have his back to a tree.
Well, I'm gonna step into the cave once the party's lost sight of me. I'm gonna step into the cave, and I'm gonna step out from behind that tree.
I'm sorry. Did you done say party? I thought this was a posse.
I'm gonna step outside of the posse, and I'm gonna step out from behind that tree.
All right. I'm assuming you got some dice to roll to let you do that.
Oh, I do.
All right. How good of a hand do you need? Damn! Oh, wait, no, that's not the total. You're going for your highest is a 9. What's your target number, son?
My hand just needs to be jacks. So
Jack or higher? All right,
Yeah.
so you get 5 plus 1 for the pass, right?
yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to drag these. You at least got jacks. We know that. There's your 5, and your bonus card for the roll is a jack. Man, you were lucky. You only need jacks.
That's not the best hand I've ever had.
All right, so
Fortunately, against Finn, it don't much matter.
just when the posse can't quite see you because they're all hiding behind bushes and stones at the entrance to the cave, you take a quick lurk and step back into the shadows of the cave, and the party might barely hear the soft of a deck of cards being shuffled. And then, suddenly, Matthias steps out from behind that tree. So, Matthias, now that you done stepped out from behind that tree with no explanation on how you got there, what do?
I'm gonna shoot that scout
With?
because I'm right behind him with a shotgun.
Oh, damn. All right. I suppose that's one way to handle it. So, I want you to roll me shooting shotguns. Your TN is a straight 5. I assume you are going for physical contact for maximum damage.
I am. Got me a 7.
All right, you've only got one shooting.
I do.
You poor son bitch. You poor son bitch.
There's a reason that I am right behind him, because it's really hard to miss him.
Especially with a shotgun. Now, you got a double barrel whammy on you, don't you? Do you want to take
do.
that second shot?
Just be real sure.
You want to be nice and thorough with that boomstick, so let's get this show on the road. Toss me another roll.
I just had this.
It's 1d8, son.
Where'd it go? Well,
You done gone bust, sonny.
that was quick.
Alright, so the rules for Deadlands state that if more dice roll ones, then don't. You have done gone bust. When this happens, I want y'all audience members to shout, botch, botch, in all caps. That's B-O-T-C-H. And the next couple of weeks, you can be damn certain we're going to have an emote for that. So scream that shit, botch, botch. I would like everybody to thank Matthias, Padre here, for starting this campaign off right. So, you at least hit once before you done fuck yourself up. So, roll me 6d6 damage. Alright, assuming size 5, that is at least 4 wounds. But he ain't dead yet. Which is why you
that was not exploding. I need to roll that 6.
Oh, yeah, you do. You get 2 more, he's dead. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. 23 plus 6. He's gonna be 29. 31 damage. That is more than enough to turn that poor son bitch into red paste all over the campsite. There is a thunderous boom. And then the engine scout is no more. You guys probably have a little bit of time before somebody who heard that sound from far away comes running up. What do you do?
All right. I come over and drag the coyote engine scout back into the cave.
What's left of him anyways.
Yeah.
I'm going to kick some dirt over the pieces of him.
All right. And then, Sam?
What is left of the campsite?
There's a couple, there's a mess kit. Jack was, if a double-crossing bastard, not trying to get you killed. And, so your supplies and your horses are still around. You, it's not enough to make up for double-crossing you, but he ain't no murdering scumbag, at least.
While I'm gathering up the bits and pieces, I am yelling at Matthias, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Well,
Which
I
I'm
had
really...
a problem. I took care of the problem. There ain't no engine no more.
There ain't no engine no more. Somebody add that to the quote down a bit. Boom! $5. Next time, crit that sumbee. I believe, Matthias, the hand of fate is moving, and your next roll is going to be a critical success.
All right.
All right. So, Sam.
Well, I'm also a little afeared because a man that was in the cave behind me just showed up behind a tree outside, so that might not be something I'm super used to.
Right.
So I'm gathering up the bits and pieces, but I'm a little afeared of him. So let's all loading up the horses and get on out and out.
There's some kind of explanation for this.
Some kind.
I had completely forgotten. Hold on, my character's done got broken, alright? I had completely forgotten that Finn has the Doubting Thomas edge, a hindrance, and must find the perfect explanation for everything. There is no such thing as the supernatural. Oh man, thank you. That was funny.
Does Finn say that out loud?
I think
yes.
he should.
Alright.
Yes, he does.
Well, I'll just sling the shotgun over my shoulders. It's all smoke and mirrors, Sonny. All smoke and mirrors. Don't worry about it.
Alright, so, Finn, All right. I actually, while we got this done started, I need Matthias and Finn to both tell me. I think Matthias, you got 3 white chips when we pulled from the pot.
I did.
All right, so
I-
that is JS. That's Judas Steer, JSW for Judas Steer White, and then Kajer increased to 3, and then Judas Steer White. I'm gonna give you a white chip for properly playing that hindrance, Finn. All right. I'm also seeing the very first beat of the game. All right, so I'm gonna give you an additional white chip.
Wait, was that for the engine thing, or was that for the? Are they shouting beat for
There's
the
a
explanation or for the
certainly good explanation for it. That's why.
All right.
That's that is so. So Finn, you're gonna get yourself a another Serranus, another white chip there, and you also have a red, do you not?
Mm-hmm. I have a red.
JSR Serranus 1. All right, for those of you who are curious what the hell is going on, you'll see underneath everybody's everybody's panels here, there are white chips, red chips, and blue chips. Those are those are fate chips, all right? Fate chips allow the posse to enhance their rolls and prevent themselves from taking damage, all right? That said, they are limited in supply. Each one is worth so many points of bounty. At the end of a session, the posse can turn in any chips they want for bounty. At the end of session, you may be in possession of no more than 10 points of bounty worth of chips. Each kind of chip does different things. White being the weakest, red being much stronger. But when you spend a red chip, the marshal gets to draw a chip for his monsters and critters environments. And blue chips are the best. There is one exception to that, and that is the legend chip, which ain't nobody got the right to have yet because we ain't finished an adventure yet. Now, that's been explained. Matthias, you're slinging the shotgun over your shoulder. Sam seems to be ready to go, and you ain't heard an idea come out of Sam's face yet that was a bad one.
All right.
And rather than poking the fire of Finn here, maybe discovering that you got a couple of secrets up your sleeve. Smoke and mirrors, son, smoke and mirrors. Best to let it rest at that. So y'all hop on your horses and you take the fuck out. You get the hell out of Dodge, because you got to get the hell into Dodge. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, that night, we will find ourselves back out in the desert. Who takes first watch that night?
I'll take first watch.
All right, so Sam, you're taking first watch. Roll me search. If you do not have search, you can roll cognition at -4. I keep saying that because cognition is fun as hell to say.
Cognition.
Marshall, so that we later on, I want to know if it's 10 points of chips or 10 chips.
10 points of chips.
All right, that's a different story.
All right. You do not seem to notice anything but the shadows out there in that desert. They seem to move on occasion, but you can never really prove it to yourself. Once the shadow done moved, you ain't certain if it was there in the first place or not.
All right.
Who takes second watch?
I'll do that.
All right, Finn, roll me search.
Probably not the best person to.
I got an
3.
search? You got a 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, these are gonna be real bad for you going bust. Man, you love the desert at night. It's not, the sun ain't angry at you, you ain't frying like a critter. You are, this is so relaxing, it's nice and quiet. A nice escape from all the tension you've had to put up fighting those mercenaries and the wildlife all the way here. Trip home's gonna be real nice, you're sure of it. Ain't nothing wrong in the Weird West. You're just disappointed because you ain't gonna get to see the sunrise crest over that horizon. Because now it's Matthias' watch. Matthias, roll me search.
Does anyone say anything about how nice it is, or how there's nothing out there, or anything? Or is everyone just gonna leave Matthias to go do his watch?
I'm just gonna hit the hay.
All right. Well,
Your search is 1d4? You have, is that untrained?
No.
Okay, so it's not 1d4 minus 4.
No.
Okay.
Just 1d4.
Just 1d4.
Matthias ain't the greatest at looking places.
All right, so, for those of you who are curious what the hell's going on with these dice, a dice pool is made of two parts, the size of the die and the number of dice. All right, the size of the die is determined by their trait. That's like their attribute, right? That's their core self. That's the cognition. That's their ability to notice things. And then their ability to search the horizon and see stuff, that is their search aptitude. And that determines the number of dice they're rolling. And you roll them, they explode and add to themselves. It's called an ace, right? So if our target number is 5, if he rolls a 4 on that d4, he picks it up again and rolls it again, and it adds to itself. And if he beats the target number by 5, for every 5 points that he beats the target number by, it's called a raise. All right, and the more raises you get, the better. A critical success, which is exactly what Matthias gets on this roll because somebody done bought him a critical success.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. The Lord has given
His 5 raises.
Thank you.
So, don't you go blessing that audience. You ain't no preacher.
They don't know that, and that's what's important.
Don't tell them. All right, so, Matthias, since you've done critically succeeded on 5 raises on that roll, this is what we're calling unnatural dice. Right? It's the equivalent of an unnatural 20.
Alright.
Alright, so you done crit. That tells you that there ain't nothing worth knowing about out on that horizon except you actually see the damn thing. You see a darn rabbit. Way out the distance. It's nothing except for 1, you don't see many damn rabbits out in the goddamn desert. And 2, it's looking at you with beady little eyes from a safe distance. And that don't set right with you. You get that feeling on the back of your neck, hair standing up on end. You should probably keep your gun close by. But you might not want to piss the thing off.
I need to know, because, reasons. Does it start talking to me?
How long you stare at it?
I'm gonna stare at it a good long while.
Stare at it a good long while? Well, you know what they say. A man who stares into the rabbit stares into the man. And after a while, you start to think this rabbit knows you pretty damn well. A little too well. It's got something up its sleeve, just for you. You tilt your head, you give it that really face, like you're gonna, what?
I'm gonna have a stare down with this rabbit.
Alright, so roll me overall.
I will.
Roll me overall as you attempt to intimidate the rabbit.
Would you say that... Would you say that this rabbit's within 30 feet?
The rabbit is not within 30 feet, no.
Alright.
It's at least 200-300 feet out. You had to get a critical success to notice this fucker.
Alright, well, I am still gonna get an 8.
Okay, so you're sitting there staring at that rabbit, right?
Yeah.
You're staring away at that rabbit, and eventually it does talk to you. It says, "Stop looking at me." It whispers, but you hear it all the way from over here. "Stop looking at me."
I'll look right back at that damn rabbit. I'll look back at it and its beady little eyes, and I'll say, "You first."
The rabbit hops behind a cactus.
Alright, glad we had that talk. And I'll head back to the campsite.
So I'm gonna give you a white chip for properly representing your hindrance of being fucking loco and seeing shit that ain't there. All right. Glad we had that talk. Good talk.
Glad we had that talk. And they're beating it.
All right. I am keeping it. It takes a little bit more than 4 or 5 people, just a little bit more than 4 or 5 separate people to get a beat going. All right. So.
Oh, I do have search. My bad.
Oh well.
So,
Damn it, Finn.
The next day, the sun is beating down on y'all with a vengeance. I want y'all to roll me vigor as you make the last lap of the journey back to Dodge. Why do your dice hate you, Matthias? Why?
Because I'm Matthias.
You're lucky that was a TN3 check.
Oh, wow, really? Okay.
This is what happens when you turn your back on the faith. The faith doesn't turn its back on you, let's say.
All right. So, congratulations on your first beat, Matthias. For having a good talk with the rabbit. Good work. So, you guys will eventually make it to the borders of Dodge City. Now, Dodge City is the kind of place where a lot of people come, a lot of people go. Not many people stay. Reason being that Dodge City is a bit of a hub for train-based travel. That being said, any place that is a hub for train-based travel tends to be a little bit filled with all kinds of folk, most of them rowdy. As you may know, the Great Rail Wars broke out between the different gangs, where each gang is funded by some bitch who's pushing to have his rails be the first one to reach Ghost Rock and back, because he who gets the rails to the Ghost Rock has the ability to move that Ghost Rock in large quantities very quickly, which gives them a corner on the market. And there ain't nothing more valuable than Ghost Rock. Not right now.
Killing that bastard Jack.
Except for maybe killing that. That's pretty valuable to you. Yeah, I suppose so. And as a result, there's a lot of rough folk in Dodge City, and thus the law enforcement tends to be a bit strict for good cause. Sam, you should know as you enter Dodge City, you don't have any authority in Dodge City. Your authority extends only to the United States of America, of which Dodge City is an ally, but is not itself a member.
Right.
So, you pull yourself into Dodge City, and there is a hustle and a bustle, just like you remember. And you're looking for Jack. So where's the first place you go looking for Jack?
Well, I'm going to start looking in the only place that's worth looking for information, and that's the saloon.
Back to the saloon we go? Is that all agreed?
I'd agree with that.
All right, so posse heads back to the saloon. As you guys are walking down the road, not at the saloon, but before you reach there, you will encounter, you will see a man. A man who, I want y'all to roll me knowledge, just untrained knowledge. If you have local knowledge, that is a good idea.
County knowledge.
Oh, wait, I got
county knowledge. County knowledge is what you should roll, or an untrained knowledge check.
Is that? I got area knowledge, but I'm not sure because
area knowledge will apply. Area knowledge, county knowledge is all the same thing.
All right. Hey, I got me all the successes.
Damn, son.
I got me a 17.
Hell of a roll you got there.
On an 8. That's because if it's gonna save my life, I'm gonna die. But if it's just something else, I will roll all the things.
It's true. It's true. Matthias's dice, in the years and years I've been gaming with Matthias dice have always loved him on those silly little rolls or the little notice the details that don't matter checks and all them things. But the moment he needs to notice that he is dealing with his actual wife and not the evil clone, he fails and cuts her down every time. Every time.
I wish that wasn't an every time kind of thing.
But it really is an every time kind of thing. I think that happened twice, actually.
Yeah.
I got an 11.
Which is not to be confused with cutting down my party members, because that was...
No, that was not because of your dice. That was because of your science.
Well, science is important.
All right, so, bringing us back on topic here. Who got at least a TN8?
I did.
No.
All right, so Sam, you don't know who this son of a bitch is from a hole in the wall, but both of you recognize one of the toughest hombres in Dodge City. And you recognize him because he's got his signature left hand made of robot parts. All right?
Ooh.
And he's got a fancy looking 10-gallon hat and he is dressed, he is always in his best bib and tucker because he is rich and rich. Rumor has it that Salt Lake Sam, who our Sam doesn't know nothing about, Salt Lake Sam he's known as, Guy Salt Lake Sam is a nasty piece of work who is a cutthroat horse breeder, and he owns a ranch not too far out of Dodge City. He also has a small operation that doesn't exist. Rumor has it, never been proven, that he loans people money.
Might I know a little bit something extra about this special operation, given that
you
did get that?
You did hit how many raises did you get on a TN8?
On a TN8, that would be just the one.
So you did get a raise. So I will let you ask one question about Salt Lake Sam.
All right, so we know that he's got this operation that he's just loaning money.
Just loaning money out. He's a loan shark.
Who's he in? Like, are there any people that, let's say, business competition?
Competition? No, but rumor has it that he's in bed with the Confederacy.
Oh, okay.
So I'll give you that. You might want to speak up a little bit or get closer to your mic, or turn your gain up.
All right.
All right.
I can do
so, you see him, and it's in front of a general shop, right? And there is a small, pale-looking boy who can't be older than maybe 15, 16, which is old enough, mind you, to be a man and make your own choices. But it's also old enough to not know what those choices should be quite yet. Very early cusp of adulthood as far as the world is concerned back in good old 1877. So, there is this boy with his back to the wall, right? And there is Salt Lake Sam. And you only look over and see him because there is a crack as his metal fist hits the wall directly next to that young boy's head. And Sam just says, "Where is it, Johnny?" And little Johnny says, "I swear I have it, sir. I swear I have it. Just give me a week." What do y'all do?
I'm going to keep on walking. Because I ain't messing with Salt Lake Sam.
All right. Sam and Finn?
This ain't my jurisdiction. So I keep on walking too.
That might be the smartest thing she's ever done.
But I keep my eye on the situation because I don't want no violence.
All right.
And there that went.
All right, Finn. What is your action?
I don't know he's a loan shark, right?
You heard rumors, but you know somebody in debt when you see one, and you've had this conversation before, and that is a terrifying conversation to be having.
Oh, God. Well, I don't want to mess with Salt Lake Sam, but this boy probably needs some help.
All right.
Help with the gods, not yours.
I'm going to keep an eye on the situation as we're walking by.
All right. As everybody opts now to interfere, little Johnny is going to get a backhand full of metal fist. And little Johnny will let out a squeak of pain and go spinning and sprawling. And he'll hit the wooden porch of the open shop with a thud. And Salt Lake Sam will look down at him and says, "You got a week, kid." And then he will step over the now bleeding body of the boy, and he will look at the posse who's keeping an eye on the situation and says, "Mind your own beeswax."
I ain't keeping an eye on anything. I'm walking. That ain't none of my business. I'm not eyeing nothing to do with Salt Lake Sam. I'm just, I've never seen, that's a pretty looking cloud. That's a real nice cloud. That's a good cactus over there. Just, that ain't not my problem.
All right.
I'm gonna approach the kid, even though it's all it's not to come over, and kneel down next to him, put my flesh hand on his shoulder, and say, "Is there a problem? You need some help."
The moment you put your hand on this little boy's shoulder, right, he jumps, right, like he's sniffling and trying to keep it together. And the moment he realizes he's looking in the face of a lady, he scrambles to his feet and suddenly, like, he gives you the toughest look he done ever given. It's the toughest look you've ever seen a kid think was a tough look before. It's not very tough at all, right? But he's tough at it. He gives you his impression of the stare, which is to say his eye twitches a little bit, and he's not quite looking right at you.
Sure.
He's got his fist balled up right next to him like this, right? He says, "I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. I got this."
I'm gonna flash him my badge and use the voice, which is my not soothing voice, and say, if you need some help, you can let me know.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
For the record, while she's comforting him
Lord.
and he puts on his best performance, Matthias will nod to him approvingly and like, "Good work, son. That's a good job."
Persuade's gonna be related to.
Persuasion is going to be related to Maine.
Alright.
You will get +2 to this check because you do have a soothing voice.
Right.
Damn. So we're gonna take 4 out of that. You do
Alright.
pass. You almost hit a race. If you had 3 more, you'd have hit a race on that.
Fantastic.
Not bad for an untrained check. All
Right.
right. So he will nod, right? And he says he'll nod. He says, "Nah, it's okay. Sammy don't mean it. He's just had a rough week, It's not as bad as it looks. I bought a horse from him, and some of the money wasn't real, and I didn't know that. And Sammy I guess like he lost a friend recently, and he's been down at the saloon bending an elbow a little bit much.
Sure.
So I mean, like, he's a mean son of a bitch, but he means well, I guess.
Well, where's the horse?
Probably in Boston by now. It was a birthday gift from my uncle.
Oh.
I'll stroll on over and just kind of lean over the side of the porch. I'll say, "You said some of the money weren't real?
This is
What you mean?"
it ain't real. It fake.
Counterfeit?
Yeah, that's the word. You smart, lady.
Well, I'll brush it off. Where did you get the money? This counterfeit money?
Oh, I was doing odd jobs for a caravan that came through town. They long gone. They might not have known. I mean, like,
What was the name of the person running this caravan?
It was somebody who does a lot of leaning, I guess, and he leans a lot, something like that.
Matthias suddenly has the most unimpressed expression on his face.
Finn, do me a favor. Roll me a TN3 ghost check, because that kid's probably talking about Andolini.
Holy fuck.
And
apparently-
you happen to know Andolini ain't nothing to fuck with.
Because apparently,
You do
Matthias, no problem beating a kid, but you start counterfeiting money at that kid, and that's where he draws the line. Dog. That's the problem.
I got a 5. I suddenly get really pale. And but I try to keep the best look I can.
All right.
I got a 5 on that roll.
You are about. I'm not even gonna give you a damn roll. You don't even get to lie. You got lying eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot tell a lie, at least not one you want to get away with. So whatever this child just said, whatever this young man is talking about, has absolutely got Finn shaking in his boots. And that much is obvious. So, boy, if nobody got nothing else for him, is going to want to excuse himself so he can go find some odd jobs to do so he can pay off Sammy.
Matthias I'll walk up to, or I'll stop him real quick for a second.
Pipe up, please. Pipe up, please.
I heard that, or you said something about Sammy had lost a friend recently. Do you know anything more about that?
No, I don't know. Like, I try and not keep myself nosing about in other people's business too much, you know?
Well, that's a good decision. It's a good decision. All right. Well, good luck getting your money together, and hopefully next time it's not counterfeit. Don't be taking no money from passersby no more.
I'll take it to the bank this time first. I learned my lesson. I learned it. I did.
All right.
All right, so
move on.
you guys are going to head to the saloon, all right? And we're going to set this scene. You guys step into the saloon. The piano stops. Everybody done turns and looks at you for a second like you ain't supposed to be here. That's where we're going to take our top